What's up, guys? The Cushion Completionist here. Today, we're here with a big list. We're past the halfway point of the PS5 generation, and I pretty much listed all the PS5 games that I've played, and I ranked 80 games. I think I have 80 recommendable games that have native PS5 ports, and those are the only qualifications. Doesn't have to be a first playthrough. Doesn't have to come out on a specific date. As long as it has a native PS5 port, I've beaten the game, it's going to be ranked on this list. And if I think it's good, and if I think it's in the top 80 games, there are some big omissions. Like I think a God of War Ragnarok I haven't played yet. I haven't played Elden Ring. A lot of Souls games, Black Myth Wukong I haven't finished yet. Forza I haven't gotten far enough to rank. There are going to be some omissions here, but I think I got a really good balance. Some games you probably haven't heard of, and I'm pretty much covering all genres. I got funny little simulator games, cozy games, team making games, FPS games, sports games. I got all that. So here we go, and no camera this time. We'll just focus on the games. This is the top 80 games on PS5. Kicking it off with number 80, I got a real small game that not many people have ever heard about called A Memoir Blue. This is we're kicking it off with probably the easiest platinum trophy on the list in terms of rarity, and I think this is a perfect day if you want to get a quick platinum that isn't shovelware. It has a story with some narrative weight about a daughter and a mother trying to kind of rebuild their relationships, and it's an artistic kind of point and click where you're clicking through different settings in your guys' lives as you try to remember the good times, and you can tell there's some turmoil there between the two that needs to be repaired. So it's actually a really easy, fun game that has a narrative and emotional punch to it that I actually enjoyed for something that's quite an easy platinum trophy. So I thought it was a good one to start off with. Number 80, A Memoir Blue. At number 79, I got Nobody Wants to Die. Game that came out pretty recently under the radar, but did get a little bit of a cult following behind it. It's a first-person cyberpunk detective noir game. So think, LA noir, but first-person with more futuristic cyberpunk elements. I think some of the game's strength is definitely the voice acting. The story is really good. It's kind of about your kind of offbeat detective, a very stereotypical detective, kind of an alcoholic, has a drug problem, but he's a really good detective, and he's trying to figure out who's killing this rich people, because you do live in a society where rich people have some type of way of living longer. Why the game is called Nobody Wants to Die, and you're trying to solve these murders of the powerful people. Gets into a lot of societal tones, a lot of political theming. I like the game a lot. Would have ranked higher if I was more into like the cyberpunk noir setting. If you like the cyberpunk setting a lot more than me, you'll probably like this game even more than 79. This might be too high for some people, but very good game, good detective game. Number 79, Nobody Wants to Die. At number 78, I got a good narrative decision-based making game called South of the Circle, about a researching professor. I think they're doing something in Antarctica or the Arctic Circle, something like that, and their plane crashes and you have to try to survive and make it out. And it really has a good way of blending flashbacks to the actual thing. The directional transitions in this game are the game's strength. Very good cinematics, the cinematography and the actual direction of the storytelling is very well done. Maybe would rank higher if it didn't focus so much on, again, like the Oppenheimer very communist story line about versus the Russians. It's kind of you're from the UK and there's an empty Russian base, and it's very communist heavy storytelling, that type of Cold War, and that's something I kind of get tired of. Again, it's kind of very Oppenheimer-ish with the all that type of stuff. But if you like the game, but if you like a Telltale game, with maybe a different type of decision making, because again, you don't make decisions based on what you're going to say. You make decisions with emotion. So it's like you'll have an insecure answer, you'll have a confident answer, you'll have a anxiety answer. So you choose based on emotions and not pure dialogue options. I thought that was a unique mechanic that did make me want to play it once or twice, get all the trophies. No plat, but it's got an easy trophy list. So there's golds and bronzes and silvers and stuff, just 10 of them. Fun game. Number 78, South of the Circle. At number 77, I have Gris. Please let me know how to actually say this thing. The art style and the direction of this game is undeniable. Absolutely beautiful game with, again, some good storytelling, non-dialogue storytelling. The art does the storytelling for you, and it's very pretty. I think a lot of people are gonna want to rank this higher on lists. If you are into like artistic side-scrolling puzzle games, yeah, you're gonna love this. I think a hot take, that genre is a little oversaturated if you actually look at how many games there are. But this game is still, it's one of the best of those genres. I do prefer maybe an Inside or a Limbo to Gris, but Gris is definitely up there as one of the best. The only reason it doesn't rank higher is I'm just a little burnout on the side-scrolling puzzle games. Not the best puzzle game. And for trophy hunting and completionist, I found you can get lost really easily, and that's why it doesn't rank higher. 77, Gris. 76, I have WRC9, a launch racing game for the PlayStation 5. I think if you really wanted to flex your PS5 early on, and there weren't that many games to play during the PS5, I think WRC9 is a great way to do that. Absolutely fantastic graphics, really pushes the power of your PlayStation 5 the way you want. And I think I got the platinum trophy in this. Of course, trophy lists are going to be a factor for me as well, because I am an avid trophy hunter. Very straightforward trophy hunt. I don't think there weren't any difficulty online related trophies, if any online trophies at all. But the very straightforward platinum is pretty much play the playthrough and play the career mode, and you'll get most of the trophies. In this game, you might start bad, but once you learn the mechanics of it, it does have maybe more simulation mechanics for the drifting and because you're drifting on dirt. But man, a lot of this is a lot of fun. I had a good time with WRC for the platinum, and again, it was a kind of early launch PS5 game, and I got my PS5 pretty early on, so there wasn't too much to play or trophy hunt. I wanted to play like Dirt 5. I think this might be which might be on the list later. And WRC 9 was a little bit were very good racing games early on. I'm a racing game fan. So number 76, WRC 9. At number 75, I got a very old game, but there is a PS5 port for it, and that is Quake 2. I will admit the only reason I really played this game is because I am trying to platinum every letter of the alphabet, and this was the perfect Q game. But this game was very fun. If you want some old school FPS action and you want, again, trophy hunt, very doable platinum, very quick, about 7-10 hours, a lot of fun on the PS5. Very easy platinum. Not too much to say. If you like old school FPS shooters, I think this game holds up well. They did a good job remaking this. I had a lot of fun playing this game. Number 75, Quake 2. Number 74, I got a small little indie space game called The Invincible. First-person, story-based space game. Kind of, you're just walking around trying to solve. You land on this planet, kind of from cryo sleep. Something went wrong, so you pretty much got to find your crew, find out what's wrong with your crew. There's a lot of mystery and intrigue, so I don't want to explain too much about it. But it's nothing crazy. The story's not mind-blowing or anything. They're not telling anything super crazy. There's better storytelling games in the space setting coming up much higher in this list, like kind of like The Alters and stuff like that. Not as good as those games, but it's a good kind of short 6 to 10 hour space game with some. It's a good mystery game. There's a lot of questions that they present to you early that you want to find out what happens. So for wanting me to find out, I did get the platinum. I have to get some more collectibles, but a good little mystery space game. Number 74, The Invincible. And number 73, I got Alan Wake Remastered. First time playing this on the PS5. Pretty good horror game. Has some scary parts, but again, it's kind of basic. The flashlight shooting thing is very basic and elementary, and that's what you're doing during a lot of this. I'm not the biggest like Twin Peaks mystery type storytelling. It's kind of confusing. I don't know too much about the game. Maybe I'm just too stupid to understand what the game is about. But again, the story doesn't hit me. Doesn't It doesn't, you know, present any mind-blowing effects to me. I thought a much better game by Remedy is Control, which is gonna be a lot higher than this. Not playing. I know Alan Wake 2 is considered a lot better. Haven't been able to play that game, but it is on my list. I want to go back and replay this game for sure. A good one if you liked it. It's a good remaster on the PS5. Number 73, Alan Wake remastered. 72, I got Toem. Very small little indie photo taking game. Very fun. It's not, I wouldn't even say it's that puzzly because you guys talk to people, keep exploring. It's just explore. I like the level design. You have lots of paths and ways to go, and lots of people with problems. You have to take pictures of certain things to help them with their problems, and lots of exploring. Very easy game, very easy platinum, but it's a good time. It's show nothing. You kind of see it in the 70s. These are all just solid games, not groundbreaking. Some people might like these games more than me if you're especially if you like art style like this, or even, oh, this is a big time dog. To me, it's good, not great, but still definitely worth a play, especially if you're a trophy hunter. If you like easy plats that are also have good, have heart, have soul, Toem's what you want. Number 72, Toem. At 71, I got Spirit of the North. I think this is close to launched. If it wasn't a launch game, a game that came out right. Again, you can kind of see as I'm putting this up together. These indie games that are in the 70s are all very similar explanations. This is a very good puzzle game where you play as a fox. If you like playing as the animal, as the main character, Spirit of the North is probably going to be one of the more premier games that you should try. But yeah, you pretty much play as a fox, and you're clearing the corruption from the beautiful world. So there's corrupted areas that you have to solve and get through, and once you clear that corruption, more of the map will open up to you. More puzzles become solvable. I think this was made by a husband and wife. I could be wrong, but I think it's only a 2-person dev cycle, which is good. So it's a cool, cute little fox game. Again, nothing mind-blowing, nothing groundbreaking, which is why it's not going to rank higher, but still a solid indie puzzle game. Early on the PS5, back into launch, if you wanted to play something more indie puzzly, this is one of your only few options early on the PS5, and it delivered that experience quite well. I enjoyed it. Number 71, Spirit of the North. Making the top 70 at number 70 is Dirt 5. Again, a launch PS5 game. There weren't that many games out, but if you wanted a fun racing game, as you can see, I like races. The second racing game on this list. I don't think it's the last. It might be. I haven't played too many main racing games. No Gran Turismo 7 on this list. I haven't played that one yet. But back to Dirt 5. Really fun, more arcadey, because this and WRC9 did come out at the same time. So I was kind of playing WRC9 as my simulation. Dirt 5 is more arcadey. You get to use more vehicles, kind of fun, more like RC-centric vehicles, but it's not an RC race or anything like that. Just more sillier type vehicles, more arcade, more sliding around, way less simulation, and still a fun game. It's again in that same group. WRC9 was a few spots higher than this, or lower, however you want to interpret that. I like Dirt 5 a little bit more, but not anything crazy. A solid, good, fun racing game. Doable platinum trophy list like WRC9. Pretty much for those games, if you get first place in all the career mode races, you're like 85% the platinum. There's no difficulty related trophies for the online. I think there might be an online trophy about race online 5 times or something like that. I don't think it's any wins. Hopefully the servers are still strong by the time you're watching this. Yeah, number 70, Dirt 5. At number 69, nice, we have Tennis World Tour 2. Maybe when I'm putting this list together, maybe a game that I ranked too high. It wouldn't rank as high if you're not a big tennis fan like me. Tennis kind of is my second favorite sport behind football. There's going to be some football games on this list. There's going to be a couple more. There's going to be another tennis game on this list, a little higher, that I thought was a little better. But again, these are kind of like these launch PS5 games that I haven't played in a while, but I do have solid memories of them being fun. This tennis games, you got to play them a lot to kind of get into a groove, get into a rhythm. This has some of my rarest trophies. I did a lot of the career mode. I didn't do all of them because this, unlike a lot of the other trophies on here, this is probably maybe the hardest platinum trophy on this list. It's a real big grind. You pretty much got to live in career mode with both a male and a female. There's some exploits about you get, because earning every outfit is kind of like a crazy thing. You can tell the devs didn't know how to make a trophy list. They just kind of put some crazy trophies in there. But some people have them, but it's a rare, tough trophy if you want it. But as a tennis game, I think it's solid. There's going to be other tennis games probably by now that have outdone this, like Top Spin 25 is on this list, but a little higher. I think there's Match Point. I haven't played that one. I think that one's, and then there's also Tiebreak Ace or whatever. So it's only got like kind of the big names, the characters, the player list probably isn't as in depth as a hardcore tennis fan like myself would like, but the gameplay's solid enough. Tennis games are just fun to play on video game form. I always feel. So let's get some shine to some sports games. These are good numbers to put them at. Number 69, nice. Tennis World Tour 2. 68, we got a Save Room. If you ever wanted to play a game like Resident Evil, but it's just the inventory management, well, do I got a game for you, buddies. Because Save Room is that game exactly as you can see from the gameplay on your screen. It is just fit all the items into your inventory slots to get more and more items. I guess kind of a Tetris, fill in the space puzzles. You would think I really like puzzle games from this list so far because it's only puzzle games. That's kind of why they're ranked a little higher. It's still a fun game. I do like maybe this puzzle game more than other types of puzzles. I had a good time with it. It's a 2-hour game. I like short games. We need more short games. It's a fun 2-hour plot. Just beat every level and you get yourself a fresh new plat. It's a fun game, especially if you're a Resident Evil fan like me. It's the same exact inventory system. It's surprising that like Capcom's not involved with this. But yeah, 68, Save Room. Number 67, I got Police Simulator Patrol Officers. Fun little simulator game on the PS5. You can play online, but the online was really shoddy when me and my friend tried to play. But we got some games in, but I think it'd be a lot of fun if the online, maybe it works better now. This game got added to PS Plus, and I thought the player base really shot up, exactly at least on PS5. But it's a solid PS5 game. It's nothing crazy. It's kind of like your janky simulator, but it's not an AI cash grab like a lot of the AI games on the store are. You're doing your basic cop duty stuff. If you played it, there's a new game called The Precinct, which is pretty much this, but top down. Honestly, The Precinct was a little bit of a disappointment to me because of how similar it was to this simulator. It's a lot of SIM words right there in one. But yeah, this game is a lot of fun. It's not too action-packed or arcade. You're pretty much just filling out tickets. You are chasing. You get to tase a few people, and it never got too crazy. And of course, the platinum trophy is pretty straightforward. I got it in about like 8 to 16 hours. If you can find the spots to get your speeding, there's some grindy trophies like catch 100 people speeding, but you can find the spots on the map to where maybe you can really catch people speeding every few seconds. That's how I got it. Fun platinum, fun little simulator game. Number 68, Police Simulator. Number 66, we have a Plague Tale: Innocence. I think at now 66 and a little bit above for the next few games, there is a tier increase because now we're going to be in some good games that I want to replay and I feel like are pretty replayable. Even if you have played them, these are games that you might want to play even twice because they're that damn good. It's crazy. We're only at 66 and we got a really good game like a Plague Tale: Innocence right in front of us. I liked it a lot. I think maybe in a world where there is a lot of third-person narrative-driven story games. This game came out before the PS4. It was enhanced on the PS5. That was my first time playing it, so I'm counting it to put on this list. I haven't wanted to play the sequel yet, but this game was good. It was solid, but I think in a world with a lot of third-person narrative-driven games, this maybe gets lost in the scene. Not as good as those first-party games. It's still a good game. I need to replay it. Number 66, A Plague Tale: Innocence. At number 65, I have TMNT Shredder's Revenge, kind of a remake of the old school beat 'em up, completely multiplayer. I played this with my friends. Shout out to Snoop Dogg and Fireheart TTV. Played it with that. I really like this game. Maybe I just did it. I feel like some people are going to want this game a little higher, especially if you're right. I thought it was good. I don't think it was mind blowing. It's a really fun. I think you can beat it in like 2 to 3 hours. The story mode's really quick. Haven't gone back to platinum though. It wasn't that good to where like after I kind of got my 2-hour fill. I had a really fun 2 to 3 hours, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to play anymore. I put it down. I haven't gone back to it in a few years, so maybe that, and it doesn't stick in my head for too long. But again, that's going to be kind of more of a subjective thing. Some people are going to want this way higher. I think it's a good game. Again, this and play till I haven't gotten a platinum in. I need to replay those games and get the platinum in them. So I could be looking differently at these games in the next coming years when I give them a fair replay. Number 65, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. At number 64, I have Wreckfest. So yes, another racing game. 3 racing games already. I think we're going to be slowing down the racing games, though, because I haven't played too many of them. This one might be ranked higher purely based on recency bias. I have platinum this game in the last 6 months. I thought it was a lot of fun. Kind of a cooler version of Dirt. Really it's got the demolition derby races where you're really crushing through good racing physics. This game is really cool because it meshes silly vehicles, like you just saw the couch. You can like be on a couch with an engine and stuff like that. You have cool vehicles like that, school buses and stuff. But my highlights were like there are races where they're actually like the lap is a figure 8, so like it meshes the demolition derby and actual racing, wanting to get first place, because you'll be crossing paths with people you're a little bit in front of, so you could be smashing them mid-race. It promotes that kind of demolition mixed in with the actual kind of racing vibe, and I thought that mix was really cool. So it's a good racing game that had a cool innovation, put some non-common vehicles in there, like RVs and semi-trucks and station wagons and stuff like that. Really cool and fun, but also has cool vehicles where you get to go fast, you feel speed. The racing feels good. Number 64, Wreckfest. At number 63, I have Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. A really good remaster of a game that was kind of trapped on that PS3, Xbox 360 era. It's very good to have this port accessible. And this game was my first time playing it. Never played it back then, so I played it on a native PS5 version, so that's why I'm counting it here. It made my games of the year at the very number 15 last year, so I talked about it on that video if you want to go check that out. But it's a good silly game and knows what it is. Very kind of arcadey hack and slash. You know, it has the big animations and rainbow scenes when you're doing stuff. It has fun boss fights. And this game is unique. I think this game is a really good example of the remasters that shouldn't be big remakes. Like this is the remaster. MGS3 is more of your remake. This is just it's a solid port. It's nothing crazy. It's not a huge visual overhaul. They just made it portable to native hardware or modern hardware, and there's a few bells and whistles and quality of life improvements. You don't need a lot. I feel like this is the type of remaster Infamous and other games of this area, maybe an MGS4, should take after, of just make these games accessible on modern hardware with a few bells and whistles and with visual enhancements. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop is actually a good example of that I want other games of that era to follow, like an Infamous exactly. So number 63, Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. At number 62, I got Back 4 Blood. Maybe a little controversial pick. This game wasn't critically too well received. I think it's very well known for maybe not being as good as those old Left 4 Dead games. It's not a better modern version of those games. I never played those games, so I did enjoy it. There is a card system that I really don't like. Sometimes these card systems are a big turnoff for me. I think I know the one game, the superhero turn-based game, I forget, sorry, some Marvel game with turn-based, it has cards in it too, and I don't like it. And yeah, so that's the big downfall, is this card-based thing is weird, of how you're gonna build your classes and stuff like that. I wish it was a little bit less is more. But I think the first person in the game does look great on PS5. I was able to play with some friends. I know it's pretty hard. It's difficult on the harder difficulties. That's also an annoying part. But this game is solid, especially if you want to play with some friends, some good-looking first-person zombie shooting fun. But yeah, if you're a big Left 4 Dead fan and you're looking for a step up, I think that's where it disappointed a lot of people. But I never played any of those games. This is my first experience with this game, and I thought it was a lot of fun. It did its job, but of course, it's not anything fantastic, or it would rank higher. but fun enough with my friends to rank it at the 62nd position. 62, Back 4 Blood. At number 61, I got Bramble, the Mountain King. Kind of those side-scrolling cinematic games, very akin to a Little Nightmares or Inside or Limbo. I think this game was good. Again, I'm gonna say I feel like this genre is a little oversaturated with how many there are. Kind of like a Planet of Lana as well. These games kind of all blend into each other. This one's good because it has that side scrolling, but you're also following the person too, so it's very cinematic and directorial. Sometimes this game is dark. Maybe this game, you could argue, this game is dark just for the sake of being dark. There's some dark ass stuff in this game, but the game overall is fun. If you definitely like those Little Nightmares type stuff, if you like a smaller, like especially with some lore and mythology behind it, rather, this game is good. The game, again, solid game, kind of better than the games that we've spoken to about prior, obviously. So I feel like it's a really good spot in this number 61 ranking. Number 61, Bramble, the Mountain King. At number 60, I have Kona. Kona was a game I didn't really know much about until I was, you know me, I like to scroll the PlayStation Plus library. It's no longer on PlayStation Plus, but I played it when it was about to leave, and I was actually pretty surprised. I think this is an underrated gem of a game of the generation. Similar to the Nobody Wants to Die type game, it's a first-person detective game, but it's more grounded. You're in Canada in a really bad storm, so there's detective elements and there's also survival elements, which is really cool. This gameplay has a surprising vast thing of mechanics. The story is good. It would rank higher, but the ending does get a little loopy. If it ended better, it'd probably rank higher. What a solid first-person, story-driven detective game. If that sounds up your alley, I suggest Kona for you. It's a good game. Number 60, Kona. At number 59, I have 12 Minutes. It's a good game, maybe not as good as the sum of its parts. It's a cool time. It's a very cool story with a robber breaks in, and you have about 12 minutes to figure out how to stop the robbery, what's going on, all that stuff. But again, not as good as the sum of its parts with like James McAvoy is in this, William Dafoe, I think Daisy Ridley, or the one girl from Star Wars is in this game. It is really good. I actually liked it a lot. I think actually trying to 100% this game and try to get the platinum, it gets really weird. And yeah, once you're on the search for like the true endings and stuff, it does get a little annoying because it kind of is like that point and click stuff where, oh, you have to click this in this specific order, or else you wasted a whole time if you didn't do everything in this exact order. So it is a little annoying in that sense, but it's still a fun game, a unique game. Maybe better to just maybe get the ending that satisfies you, and then try not to grind it out anymore, because it will get a little silly and crazy. Number 59, 12 Minutes. At number 58, I have Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons remake on PS5. This is where Joseph Ferris and the rest of that team got their start, and you can really see where the roots were laid down. It's a good, fun co-op game where each person controls, you control, each analog stick controls each brother. So each brother has a dedicated analog stick to it. I think when they first made this out, this was actually made to have two people holding one controller, and you can kind of split up the controller like that. It's a fun puzzle game. I played it solo. It's still a lot of fun to play by yourself because it doesn't have online. It's only couch co-op. It's good. It's not great. It's definitely more basic than the games later, which is expected. This is where they got their start, but still fun and good, and an easy game and an easy platinum trophy. I recommend it to anybody, especially if you like the co-op game. You want something short and maybe by yourself. It Takes Two is what you want, or A Brother's Tale of Two Sons, which is what you're gonna want to pick up. So that's why it ranks at my 58th spot. At number 57, I have Indica, a game that cracked my top 15 games of 2024. I explained it a lot there, but to sum it up real quick, it's a nun who doesn't get along with other nuns and then until she's kind of sent off to a mission to deliver a letter to kind of get her away from everybody else, because she's kind of a rebel. She's an outcast. It's a good kind of a simple third-person puzzle walking game, but it does have like different genres as well. It has some Frogger elements, and there's kind of like, yeah, the puzzles are kind of unexpected at times, and it does deal with some heavy elements, and it has like a dark comedic tone to it, where some silly and fantastical shots. Like there's a very famous shot of like you're walking into a guy's mouth during a cutscene. It's kind of crazy, kind of, again, fantastical, weird. If you like weird stuff, but it still is trying to get like an important themes across, like religion and war, because it does kind of take place in a war-torn country. So it deals with some heavy themes, but it takes a dark comedic tone like that. So if you like kind of weird, twisted stuff that does deal in serious thematics of storytelling, Indica's gonna be right up your alley. If you like weird games, Indica is what you want to do. At number 57, Indica. At number 56, I have Death Stranding, the director's cut. The first time I played it was on PS5, and I played it with all the PS5, the director's cut improvements. Never got to platinum though, just did my one playthrough and kind of put it aside. I like this game a lot. I'm a big Hideo Kojima fan. Some of the Metal Gear Solid games are some of my favorites of all time, so Death Stranding was a must-play for me. I liked it, didn't love it. It has some good parts, it has some good moments, but the story's weird and it's hard to re-explain. If I want to tell you what Death Stranding's about in some simple, concise sentences, I couldn't really do that. That's where Death Stranding was not going to rank far from me. And you can definitely see how a tier is, we're going up a tier, because now like kind of the top 56, top 55 and above, they're all bangers from here on out, and we'll see another tier soon. But I like this game, kind of maybe one of our first party games, a big game of the PS4. Came out first then at the late life cycle, but I think a lot of people played it on the PS5 like myself. Haven't played Death Stranding 2 yet, so that one's not on the list. I'm actually probably going to replay this pretty soon, because I do want to maybe sit back and take my time and try to really digest the narrative and understand what it's trying to convey and tell across in the story. But for my first playthrough, it was good enough to rank in my 56th spot, and that is the game of Death Stranding by Hideo Kojima. At number 55, I have Uncharted: The Legacy of Thieves collection. So I'm being a little tricky here because I did play Uncharted 4 first in the PS4. There's no individual port for the PS5 for Uncharted 4. We had to pay that with this Legacy collection here. But I'm pretty much ranking. I did play Lost Legacy for the first time through this collection, so that's kind of where I'm ranking it. Uncharted 4 would be ranked way higher if I played it the first time on that. So it's kind of weird. I'm kind of breaking the rules a little bit, but this is where Lost Legacy, Uncharted Lost Legacy, would rank at 55. Kind of the side story, but still a very good game all by itself, where you control Chloe and Nadine. A lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun game. I love the Uncharted games. One of my favorite series. Just a great comfort. I know what I'm getting with Uncharted. The cinematics, the combat, the story, the quips, the comedy. Just the vibes are perfect with Uncharted. I think I love these games. They're amazing. But again, this is mainly the Uncharted Lost Legacy ranking, and that ranks at number 55. At number 54, I have The Medium, a really cool, underrated horror game made by Blooper Team. They went on, this is kind of you can look at, this is the kind of the game that I feel like really earned them the Silent Hill IP franchise from Konami. This is a really good game, and once I beat this and finished it and really enjoyed it, I kind of knew the Silent Hill franchise was in good hands, even though there was before Silent Hill 2 came out, which is a game I haven't played. It's not going to be on this list. There was a lot of negativity around Silent Hill 2, but I had faith in Blooper Team because The Medium is such a good game. Kind of similar to that Resident Evil tank controls, but it's a very good modernized version. And kind of the thing with this one is you control a character who can kind of like go into two different dimensions, like a dark dimension and a light dimension. That's why it's The Medium, because you can change between those mediums to solve puzzles and progress through the world. Yeah, very similar to like a Resident Evil type game. Really fun game. Got the platinum for it too. It's a ton of fun. I recommend it for anybody, especially if you like Silent Hill 2 and you want to see more of the Blooper Team. The Medium's a great horror game, and that's why it ranks at number 54. At number 53, RoboCop Rogue City. I think it's kind of not even fair to call this game an underrated gem, because I think most people know this game, it kicks ass. Man, it's good to have. This is an example of a big thing I want in the video game industry, is more short first-person shooter games that are just campaign-driven. This game came out, I think, a year or a year and a half ago, and they're already making a sequel, because you can turn these games around quick. They don't cause a lot of people to lose their freaking jobs. This will prevent layoffs. No one's getting laid off making these types of games, and they're good, fun experiences. We don't need the first-person shooter genre to be only live service, to be only massive multiplayer games that really can risk the industry. I think we really need more games that are first-person, and I really praise this dev for doing that. This game is a ton of fun. You feel just like RoboCop. You can solve puzzles. The RPG elements are really good. You can upgrade your RoboCop as the story goes really, really well. You got the cool slow motion stuff. You can mix around with some guns. You have a good amount of health, so you're not dying really quick. All the enemies die really quick. So if you're kind of sick of like bullet sponge enemies and quick twitch stuff like that, no, this is like a take your time RoboCop, robo walk your ass down the fucking aisle and just bang, 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 bang. Just have fun and play some good first-person shooter. Number 53, RoboCop Rogue City. And number 52, I got Kena Bridge of Spirits, a really good game made by Ember Labs. And this is an animation studio turned video game dev, and this is their first game, and you can kind of see some of that, because there's no crazy gameplay mechanics in this. It's kind of a basic third-person action adventure game with your sword and kind of spear type weaponry and the moves that comes with that. They're not breaking ground with that by any means, but this game has heart, it has soul. I do like that you're going around, you're freeing souls that are corrupted, kind of like Spirit of the North, but with combat. I would look at that. Spirit of the North is your fox solving just puzzles, clearing corruption. With Kena, it's almost the exact same kind of art style and world type, except now you get a lot more combat in it. And I do like the boss fights are really good in this game, and it's a lot of fun. I need to go back and get the platinum. I know I hear the harder difficulty modes are tough. I think I played it on normal and died a lot playing on normal, so I could definitely see how it's going to be a little bit harder. But I'm fine with that. Again, it doesn't rank higher because the gameplay, the combat is kind of basic early PS4 combat. But man, this game, you can tell the animation. This is a Pixar movie. You're playing if you're a big Pixar fan, you just want to play a Pixar movie, Kena's where you do. Go play this game, put it on easy, and have a blast with it. This game's a lot of fun. You can really see, man, these PS5 I think is underrated as a generation, because Kena's at 52. I have 51 games that I consider slightly better than Kena. That's crazy that I can do that. The generation may not have the top tier, but I think this generation has depth, and Kena embodies that more than most games. Number 52, Kena Bridge of Spirits. At number 51, I have Still Wakes the Deep, a fantastic short horror game set in an oil rig. This game looks fantastic, one of the best looking games on PS5. You can tell they took their time making this very small, intimate setting of an oil rig. Every bar, every cargo hold looks like it belongs. It's rainy, it's wet, you can see that. This game has a really good horror element where you're on an oil rig, stuff goes wrong, you're drilling stuff down there, and you're gonna drill up some trouble. And I really like this game, how the socialism, it really deals on friendship and crewmates and stuff like that, and that goes into the horror of it. Like, the people that are your friends are now the people that are scaring you. And I like the dialogue, it's so natural, the Scottish brotherhood and camaraderie, and the charisma that some of the members of that culture have really shines through in this game. And it's just a really good, fun, like 2 to 4 hour horror game that's just very digestible and easy. I loved it. Simple, and less is more, doesn't overcomplicate the story. It's all very direct. It's like just simple, lean, well cut. You know, there's no fat. There's nothing to trim off Still Wakes to Eat. It's a concise, good horror game, and I love it. Number 51, Still Wakes to Eat. Cracking the top 50 here. At number 50, I have Stray. Launched right on PS Plus. Very fun game, PS5 version. Kind of like your idea cat playing game that anybody can play, even if you don't like cats, and it plays smooth and it does what it's supposed to do. Very simple puzzles, very nice, short 2 to 4 hour game. The trophy list is very easy doable plat. I think the one reason why it doesn't rank higher because it has a great setting, great charm. The story's good. It's got a roller coaster kind of plot line that does work well with the setting and the apocalyptic kind of thing. There's no humans. You're just a cat, and it has a good. Yeah, it's got charm, and it's also got some darkness and some mystery to it, which brings the intrigue. But I guess the mechanics are going to be a little basic. I mean, for the whole 2 to 4 hours, you're pretty much only pressing forward on the analog stick and just a few X and triangle to scratch stuff or knock stuff over to solve the puzzles. So it's, from a button endpoint standpoint, it is a little boring. You're not doing too much. That's why it probably doesn't rank as high for me. And I'm not a huge cat person. If this was a dog, maybe I'm ranking it super high, but it's still a very solid game that anybody can play and anybody can enjoy, and they should enjoy it. Number 50, Stray. At number 49, I have Unpacking, a short little fun cozy puzzle game. Well, there's not too much puzzle in that. You're not gonna have to. It's not too complex at all or anything very difficult. Very easy, doable. Kind of like a de-stressing type game if you wanted to sit back, relax. If you had a rough day, maybe you're not. I always complain about sometimes games require too much hyper focus. This is the polar opposite of that. So if you want to hyper focus a little less, Unpacking is the way you want to go. I also think this game does have a good charm. It does like non-dialogue, non-direct storytelling. So you're kind of filling in the gaps because you're aging with this person that you're moving room, and you can kind of tell like you're moving in with somebody, you're moving into college, you're an adult now, you're moving in with somebody, then you're moving again to live by yourself. So it's like, oh, what happened there? The relationship didn't work out, and then you move back with your parents and stuff like that to take care of your maybe an elderly. You can fill in the blanks yourself. This is kind of what I did, and yeah. So I had like my own little narrative, and I think everybody can have a different version of that, which really is an underrated part of this game. But again, it's up at 49 because, again, very basic gameplay, very basic mechanics, nothing mind-blowing and earth-shattering, which is what the top games we're going to have to do, but still a very good, charming, cozy game. Number 49, Unpacking. At number 48, I have Gotham Knights. That's right, I'm a Gotham Knights defender. I actually think this game is a lot of fun. Is it better than the all-time classics that are all Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight? No, they're not as good as those games, but it's still a lot of fun. The characters are good. I think the writing, the character dialogue is good, and I thought the game was a lot of fun. You know, I think the ending probably wasn't the best for hardcore Batman fans. I can understand that point for sure. I love the Arkham games, one of my favorite series. This game wasn't a terrible co-op version of that. You get to play with your friends, and I'm kind of worried that this game hasn't seen kind of the reverence and comeback now that it's on subscription services for cheaper prices. I've seen the exact opposite. It's kind of getting lumped in with the Suicide Squad. I have played Suicide Squad. That game is not going to be on this list. Terrible game. I think Gotham Knights is way better than Suicide Squad. I wouldn't lump those two together and say, oh, these are both equal Batman failures. No. Suicide Squad is dog poo-poo. Gotham Knights is a solid, good, fun game. Don't go in with, oh, I need this to be peak Arkham story and game. It's not, but it's going to be a very fun next-gen Batman game on the PS5 that you can play with your friends. And that's why it ranks number 48. Gotham Knights. Number 47, I have Moving Out 2. You're kind of seeing a lot of co-op games kind of fall into this tier of like very good, fun co-op games that a lot of people should play with their friends. This game is kind of similar to an Overcooked, not as good as Overcooked, but you may see that game later on with All You Can Eat, but still a lot of fun. You have to work together in creative ways. You know, some objects are heavy and you have to pick them up with your partner, and there's a lot of obstacle course. Sometimes it gets a little too puzzly of like, oh, I always have to go to this lever, use this aerial thing. I do like it when it's more just like, let me just simply throw stuff in the truck with silly stuff. Sometimes it did get a little over complex with the puzzles, and I was like, I do want to just spend more time with the wacky moving stuff into the truck thing. But it's still a lot of fun. Moving Out 1, I think, is co-op only. Moving Out 2 is online. So I recommend that for anybody to play with a friend. It's a lot of fun. Again, if you like overcooked, if you like kind of like silly, you might get a little mad at your teamwork if you guys can't work well together at points, but it's all in good fun, and it's great charm. Number 47, Moving Out. And number 46, I have Goat Simulator 3. Yes, our third co-op game in a row. Kind of like, you know what it is if you know about these games. Play with a friend and you just do silly stuff all around. I think the mission structure is actually pretty fun. You build stuff, you get like equip rockets to yourself, and there's a bunch of ways to go around the map very fast. I was actually surprised by how fun the gameplay was, because you do a bunch of different stuff, and it does have a very fun variety of stuff to do with your friend in this game. It's kind of like every game you ever loved, just meshed in together, kind of that Grand Theft Auto style where you're playing as goats and it's funny physics mechanics. What's not to love? Turn your brain off, enjoy some wacky fun with a friend. Number 46, Goat Simulator 3. At number 45, I have Road 96, a really good first-person narrative storytelling game, kind of in the same vein as a Life is Strange or a Telltale, but you're in the first person, but it's still just mainly storytelling and making decisions. I really like this game because it has a good story. It's it's politically driven, and so it's like you play the game multiple times, and it's about a bunch of kids that are like traveling to Canada because they don't like the way America's going and stuff like that. But as you travel, you meet certain characters of certain like difficult political affiliations and stuff, and it's cool because like on your first playthrough you'll meet a character you think is irredeemable, they're a piece of crap, but then in like three playthroughs later, this person, you can find out like why they're doing these things, and they're not that bad of a person. You can start to understand them. So it's really good about understanding people with different opinions and different affiliations in their life and their culture and stuff like that. And this game really digs into those themes very well in a very charming, simple way. Not abrasive at all. Very easygoing, chill game. Easy platinum as well. Really good game. I enjoyed this a lot. Number 45, Road 96. At number 44, we have Klonoa, the Reverie series. Old school games, but remade fantastically. And I think now at 44, we're seeing another tier jump. These are games that are really, really good. Not many flaws, and they're all games that were probably in my top 10 of the years they came out. But these are fantastic remakes. I never played these games before until this Reverie series. And I thought this game is really good, really like unique with you're always grabbing an enemy and using them to interact with the world and help you jump or take out another enemy. I thought that whole mechanic of that game was really unique and fantastic. The boss fights are fun. The stories got kind of like, your traditional PS1 wacky Japanese source story. I love stuff like that. Your cartoon type stuff. It's great. Again, there's not many flaws to Klonoa. It's a very unique side-scrolling platformer. I'm not a big platforming fan, but again, Klonoa does it in really unique, different ways, and it feels so fresh. In the year 2025, that's the thing about it. It's like you play this, it's like, wow, this game could have came out today, and I think people would really like this and really think it was unique still. That's the vibe you get with Klonoa. It's a timeless platforming classic. I don't know how I didn't hear this as a kid. I wish I did, but I'm glad I finally stumbled into them. These games are really good, and that's why they're number 44. And again, from here on out, we got nothing but bangers, baby. Nothing but bangers. At number 43, I believe, we have Top Spin 2K25. Again, this is going to be a little bit biased and just personal, subjective towards this ranking, because I'm a big tennis fan, and it was great to see Top Spin come back last year. It was a lot of fun, I think, and it delivered. It was one of the better tennis games that I've played, and I've played a lot of them, like AO Tennis 2 and Tennis World Tour. I played a lot of modern tennis games. I went back and played some of the old top spins too. This game was really good. You know, it has a good like John McEnroe driven tutorial, teaches you the games well. Like a lot of tennis games, you are going to struggle at first, and it's going to get better and better and better. Very timing based, very reflex based. But it's a game. Those tennis games are games you have to play kind of over and over to get good at. And this game is a lot of fun. It's got a lot of it's got every big tournament, every small tournament too. It's got, you know, the ones that are maybe, it's got the 4 big Grand Slams, but it's also got all the other good ones like Rome and Madrid and Paris, and, you know, the big ones, Cincinnati and Miami and stuff like that. It's got everything. So like if you're a hardcore tennis fan, you follow the tennis world, it's got all those cool events, which is awesome. And again, I'm a big sports game guy, so I'm going to sprinkle in some sports games here. It was great to have tennis, simulate a top tier simulation tennis game come back for modern consoles, and that's why it ranks number 43, Top Spin 2K25. And number 42, I got Bugsnax, a fantastic launch PS5 game. It kind of got slept on and kind of laughed at because it was like that one silly game in the middle of a stacked PS5 reveal event way back in 2020. So people kind of slept on it here, but man, this game has a lot of charm, or really fun. Yeah, it's unique, kind of like you're turning people into bugs. You have to catch these bugs that are food in different ways. So it's kind of like a first person puzzle game, and it tells us silly, you know, it's silly, like, you know, your standard cartoony world, but I think it's a really good world. The characters are very well done. It's like, you know, it works as a new IP. I feel like that's tough to pull off, and this game does pull it off. It's the new IP world, the new characters that it brings you. These guys are just as charming as your SpongeBob's, your Rugrats. You could make a Bugsnax cartoon and slap it on there. It'd be great. This game is a lot of fun. It's a blast. Maybe a little too long. I think it would rank higher if it was like 6 hours, but it is like 12 to 14 hours. So it does maybe get a little long in the tooth, is maybe the reason it doesn't rank like in the top 25 or something like that. But still, that's my only flaw of the game. At number 42, I have Bugsnax. At number 41, I got Split Fiction. Yeah, this game might be a little low for people, surprisingly. This is probably a lot of people's favorite Hazelight Joseph Ferris game. But I think I like It Takes Two in a way out, a little bit longer a way out. There's no PS5 version, so it's not gonna be on this list. But It Takes Two will be not too far along. Sorry, I'm spoiling the video for you guys. But this game is a lot of fun. I played this game with my little brother. I thought it was good. These games are maybe a little overrated because at the end of the day, it is kind of just like simple platforming, but it does have unique ways of changing your perspective on how to solve the puzzle, or the ways you're going, and the ways you're always at every level. There's a different mechanic and way to work together, and it does promote that fantastically, but not in any true mind-blowing way. There are other games that do this, but maybe not in the co-op big budget style that Hazelight's doing, is why they're getting recommended for Game of the Year. And hey, again, if you're in my top 45 of the generation, I think you're a fantastic game. I don't want to pick apart anything, but again, just maybe just not truly mind-blowing of like, wow, I'm gonna remember this, play through for the rest of my life type thing. But it's still a lot of fun, action-packed, very well fast-paced games that are just fun, and yeah, with a friend, it does co-op perfect. No one does co-op better than Hazelight. At number 41, Split Fiction. At number 40, I got Balatro, a great little spin on 5-card draw. I'm a big poker fan, so I think if you're not a poker fan, you like this a lot. That's why a lot of people have this as like their game of the year and something they're sinking hundreds of hours into. I liked it. I put about 12 to 16 hours to this game. I'm not sure the exact number. But it was a lot of fun. I had a blast with it. I didn't even think I cracked my top 15, but as I'm ranking this might be a little high. It's tough to rank 80 games. This one's a little high because I'm not blown away by it, but I do really like it. I got it on Switch too. I feel like this game might be better on Switch on mobile when you want to kill some time. If you're not driving the car, you're transporting yourself, you're taking the public transportation, and you want a game to bust out. This game is fun, and it's also good to play. You can play it for like 2 hours, 3 hours straight, or you can just play for 30 minutes. And then boom, if you want a little buffer game in between long games, Balatro is perfect. You can have fun in a variety of ways. Number 40, Balatro. At number 39, I have Guilt. a really underrated game. I've never heard anybody talk about this or bring this game up, not only like Game Ranks or World Culture Gaming. This is a game that I actually found. I check deals like crazy on PSN, and this is one of those games that you can find for like $9 when it's on sale. And it's like a cartoony version of Resident Evil. As you're playing as a kid, the mechanics are kind of similar to Resident Evil. Simple puzzle elements, surviving. Of course, you're not doing a lot of killing. It's more the Ashley section from RE4, where you can put light bulbs on people and kind of get them that way. But there is some, again, there's light combat element. It's a light version of Resident Evil. It's a lot of fun, and it does have a good theme of like sibling relationships and bullying, and regretting things you did when you were younger and stuff like that. Really good game. It hits all areas. It's a blast. Super underrated game that no one talks about. Number 39, Guilt. At number 38, I have Ghost of Tsushima. I think a lot of people and a lot of other lists have the ranking games of the generation. For the director's cut, they're going to be ranking this game a lot higher, but it lands at 38 to me. Again, it's just a matter of fact of really competitive. I have a lot of good games that are going to be ahead of this, but I really did enjoy it. I thought the cutscenes are fantastic. I really like the way it does treat stealth into the actual samurai culture. Of like, samurai aren't supposed to be stealthy and kill people from behind. They're supposed to approach from the front, and that's blended in the gameplay. It's done really well. I will say, some of the open world stuff, I do find it. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I played Assassin's Creed like Origins and Odyssey before this game, and it is really similar to Origins and Odyssey. It doesn't separate itself too much from those type of games. And man, there is a lot of just like picking up bamboo, so less bamboo, a little bit less open world clutter, because there still is that clutter, I believe. But other than that, the combat's fantastic, and like the duels and stuff are great, and the world and just the art style is just, everything else just hits so well. And again, if you're in the top 40 of the generation, you're a great game without many flaws. I really like this game a lot. Fantastic first party Sony game. Excited for Ghost of Yotai. I won't be getting it day one, but I'll get it when I get it. I'll probably replay this in the New Game Plus and Mercenary mode. I've never played that before. Number 38, Ghost of Tsushima. Number 38, or 37 rather, number 37, I have Ape Escape. Yeah, being a little cheeky. What's this doing on the top 10 games of the generation? But I think a big part of this PlayStation generation has been a lot of backwards compatibility, a lot of classes coming back with trophy support for the first time ever. I know some people can boo-hoo about the port sometimes, and it's PAL version, not an NCST or something like that. But man, I think this game is really good. I think it's aged really well. It does take getting used to of the analog sticks, but this game is a lot of fun, and it deserves a place on this list because there is native PS5 port, native PS5 trophy list for this version. That's kind of how I'm ranking it, is with their trophy list and stuff. And I really love this game. I adore this game, especially towards the end. Once you really get a hang of like the analogs, like I know there's like a boat section where you have to row each section. That's the part that stumped me, and I had to take a few months break to come back and really get the controls themes. But once you figure it out, man, this game truly is a pillar. It's a blast to go through. Like, where would gaming be without Ape Escape? These games give me the great nostalgic feeling of like, wow, this game's truly important. This game's truly innovative and an important piece of PlayStation and video game history. That, like, that's why I'm about. This is why I'm a PlayStation boy. These are the games that do it for me. Not exactly the Marios, the Donkey Kongs. I like those games, but I just like games like Ape Escape better. And again, I think it's just really important. Accessibility. I'm a big proponent of video game preservation. So now that these games are available on modern consoles with modern trophies, I think that's fantastic. You got to give those type of games a shot. You might see some other games like that coming up soon. But again, this is where I place it. Number 37, Ape Escape. 36, I got Toy Story 2 on the PS1, also with backwards compatibility with the PS Plus Premium, and I think you can buy the game standalone, so you don't have a premium subscription. But a game, again, very important to me, video game preservation. Put this game on modern consoles, preserve it for more years to come, for a whole new audience. I think this game's aged well. The platforming is fun. I think it's all the levels of Toy Story 1 and 2 are here. Man, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, again, Maybe a little clunky, a little PS1 clunk, but as for PS1 games that have actually aged well, a lot of PS1s you go back and be like, whoa, this is rough, but I think this is one of the few games I really enjoy. Like wasn't able to play Twisted Metal, so you won't see that on here. But Ape Escape and Toy Story 2, I'll kind of clump these together, 37 and 36. Fantastic games that I think, these are the two games that I think people should be getting trophies and going back and appreciating the history. Number 36, Toy Story 2. At number 35, I have Ollie Ollie World, a fantastic skateboarding game. And the thing that shines about Ollie Ollie World is the music. It's banging. And I really like the platforming and the smoothness of this game. It can get really hard, especially if you want to go for the platinum. I know it's a really, really hard platinum that not a lot of people have. But I haven't gotten that yet, but I would be down to replaying this game again. I was able to beat the game, and it was just hard enough to beat those later levels. You really got to learn how to wall ride and skate and learn the rhythm and the flow of the game. But man, there's that. There are those pure moments of bliss when you're just flowing through the game. You're really feeling the rhythm. You're not falling at all. And the game's a cute little story too. Different maps, traveling all the levels. Kind of your traditional platforming level exploring game. But man, this game is so good. The tricks too, you can do some tricks and stuff like that, and there's different ways to go through the levels. There's so much creativity in this game. It's fantastic. Number 35, Ollie Ollie World. At number 34, I got Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. What to say about Bomb Rush Cyberpunk? The perfect modern representation of Jet Set Radio. If you love Jet Set Radio, this is the spiritual successor on modern hardware. It's perfect. It's fantastic. You can rollerblade, you can bicycle, you can skateboard. It's kind of like all the other world. You get your wall riding. You can grind up, down, left, around in circles and loops. Grind on boss fights and all this stuff. Creative, good story. You know, kind of similar to the Jet Set Radio, silly little story, but it's so good, fantastic, love it. Number 34, Jet, or number 34, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Yeehaw! At number 33, I got KO the Kangaroo. Man, what a great little remake of this game. Again, kind of a Klonoa, a game I never heard of until it got remade on modern consoles. And I think it is the PS5 version of this game is fantastic. One of my favorite platformers I've ever played, because it kind of has a little bit of Arkham Asylum in it it's got that good platforming when it's the boxing mechanic when you're punching people feels really good, fun, and satisfying. I think the levels are great. It's kind of like a Crash Bandicoot, but with kind of more of an Arkham Asylum style. I really liked it. It was a super fun game. I recommend it to anybody who wants those fun retro remasters that age fantastic. KO the Kangaroo is what you want. At number 32, I have It Takes Two, the final Hazelight game of this generation. A really fun game. A good story about two parents that are about to go to a divorce, so they're kind of like a Honey that I Shrunk the Kids type storyline where they have to go through this fantastical story and learn how to work together to save their marriage and to help their daughter out and stuff like that. It's a good, great, charming game. Again, typical Hazelight stuff. Same old with me. I really enjoy him. You know, you kind of gotta get. I'm still kind of waiting for that mind-blowing thing, but it's still a good, fun game. Number 32, It Takes Two. At number 31, I have Planet Coaster 2. Planet Coaster 2 it's kind of an example of a great game, but only an above average sequel. I'm not truly sure if it really takes a step up from Planet Coaster 2. I think some of the pathing, I played it pretty early on around launch, so some of the pathing, some of the people that are in the game, they got traffic jammed really easily. I think they patched that up later, so there was a little clunky towards launch, but it was still a lot of fun. I think the Frontier Workshop really shined in this game, and you can see other people's creations and use them quite easily in your own career mode to help you get trophies. There is the water parks. The water slides were good. Nothing crazy though. I like the normal coaster building. Planet Coaster 1 is going to be ranked a little bit higher on this game, but a good sequel, but not a great sequel. Planet Coaster 2 ranks at number 31. On to the top 30 games of the PS5 generation, and we're starting off the top 30 hot. We got Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I think you're going to see another tier jump now that we're in the 30s. I love Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm a big fan of the Spider-Man games. I like 2018 the best. This game probably doesn't rank higher because it's a little short and it doesn't bring that much new to the table, but it does have it's a great Christmas game. You get New York in the snow. Miles is a really good character, a good protagonist with to compare and go off Peter Parker. Sets up really well for Spider-Man 2, and it was really impressive that Insomniac was able to make both these games pretty close to each other, and they have good turnarounds. But yeah, it's just typical Insomniac fun. Love Spider-Man Miles Morales. You have like the electricity power you get to use a lot, which is really cool. Fantastic. You can't go wrong with Spider-Man. Number 30, Spider-Man Miles Morales. At number 29, I got Sackboy's A Big Adventure. A fantastic game that I think is actually underrated in the grand scope of like co-op 3D platformers. I think Sackboy is as good as it gets in that area. I feel like when it went on PS Plus, I had a rejuvenation. Played with some of my friends. It was a lot of fun. The Rip Snorter at the end is notoriously difficult to make this kind of like your barricade for the platinum. Everything else is pretty easy. But man, it's a lot of fun. Again, great 3D kind of like if you want something, if you're feeding for more after Astrobot and you haven't played Sackboy, you got to play it. And I think it's a great 3D platformer. A lot of heart, a lot of charm. Can't say enough good things about it. Number 29, Sackboy's Big Adventure. At number 28, I got Spider-Man 2, the true next-gen Spidey game. Was a lot of fun. I think I rank it kind of around close to that Miles because Phil, again, the moment-to-moment action, the moment-to-moment gameplay is a ton of fun. Nothing to complain about there. There is a little bit of corny dialogue, stuff about, oh, just be yourself, be true to yourself, and good things will happen. Keep working hard. Kind of gets a little corny and unoriginal at some of those points. And they did reuse a few animations, is why it doesn't rank too high. I think all the other ranks is higher, like 28 might seem a little disrespectful, but the game is solid. It's fun. It's great. I got to give it a second playthrough to get that 100%. Can't wait to do it. Excuse me. Number 28, Spider-Man 2. At 27, I have 2 Point Campus. This game is one of my favorite tycoon type games. You're pretty much a dean of a university, but it's got a cool little wacky funny component. Like it's got silly classes like clown school, magic. It's got those wacky components, but also you do have to know your managerial elements. So if you like your normal tycoon games, it hits all those, but as a wacky part of it. I really love this game. By far my favorite 2 Point game. Didn't like 2 Point Museum as much as this. Haven't played too much of the hospital game, but I need to. But this game is fantastic. Can't say enough good things about it. Number 27, 2 Point Campus. At number 26, I have Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I haven't played Jedi Survivor yet. That's why you haven't seen it on this list. Sorry, I gotta go back and play some of the old school Star Wars games before I go through the modern ones again. But this game, I feel like really was the Star Wars game that we've always wanted. I also really like the main actor and character. Cal Kestis is great, played by the great actor from Shameless. So I feel like it's really like kind of like the blockbuster video game that Star Wars fans deserve. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I definitely have seen all the movies. I think the franchise as a whole is better than any one film. Actually, it is a classic or anything, you know. But this game is great. Yeah, a lot of fun. I haven't played a lot of Souls types games, so I think it does derive a lot from that. But luckily, this game felt fresh and new to me. The lightsabers and everything feels great. The story is really, really good too. The writing is well done. This game is fantastic. Number 26, Jedi Fallen Order. At number 25, I have Overcooked All You Can Eat. For maybe what's my money, the best co-op game on the PlayStation 5. Such a fantastic teamwork game. I actually think, yeah, me and my friend Alin, who I met on Twitch, we're pretty damn good at this game. We've gotten the platinum. I think Overcooked's probably gonna be like that first like franchise that I do get every single trophy for. I've 100% Overcooked 1. I got the platinum Overcooked all you can eat. I got the platinum in Overcooked 2, just going for the DLC. And then I'm gonna go back and get the PS4 version of all you can eat, and I've really looked forward. This game is fantastic. Very early on in the PS5 launch, kind of all the Overcooked games in one. So a fantastic co-op package, all online co-op or couch co-op, however you want to do it. Overcooked's got you covered. I really love these games. They're so much fun, and they really think of teamwork in interesting ways. It does get tough, especially these Overcooked 2 DLCs trophies that I'm going for. Man, it is tough, but it is fun, rewarding, and satisfying, and really great teamwork gameplay. Doesn't get better than Overcooked. Number 25, Overcooked, all you can motherfucking eat. At number 24, I have Age of Empires 2. Again, being a little cheeky because I haven't exactly beat this game yet, but man, this is an important game to finally have on PlayStation. One of my childhood staples that definitely brought that tycoon RTS love in me that I've never lost. This is a game that I really need to go in platinum. It's going to be probably a special one for me. Yeah, but I haven't beat it, but of course I've done a lot of the campaigns, put a lot of hours into it, so I felt it was fair to rank it and really give the importance of I'm glad to have these PC games have very well respected and console ports that are smooth to play on console, and it's a lot of fun. This game is fantastic. Number 24, Age of Empires 2, the definitive edition. And number 23, I got Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, I put it there because it's a perfect rhyme. Nah, just kidding. This game have some of the best combat of this generation. The wands feel great. The spells feel really good coming off, especially if you're playing on that PS5 with those haptic triggers and the dual stance features. Man, this game, it feels really good. It feels good to fly. Yeah, it's kind of like similar to Star Wars. I feel like really this is the flawless, modern Harry Potter game that we've always wanted and Harry Potter fans have always deserved. It is a blast. Fantastic. Maybe a little bit too many collectibles is the one flaw why it doesn't rank higher. But again, moment to moment action, moment to moment fun. It doesn't get any better than Hogwarts Legacy, number 23. At number 22, I have The Quarry. Man, I love this. One of the best horror games of the generation. The finish was originally meant to be an Until Dawn sequel, and you know what? Hot take? I think it's better than Until Dawn. I think this game is fantastic. The characters are well done. It's not as silly, and the David Arquette thing is great. I like this kind of. I like these enemies. They're more grounded than the Wendigo ones, which kind of felt silly and cuckoo. I think this game is way better than Until Dawn and one of my favorite games of the PS5 generation. Number 22, The Quarry. At number 21, I have the Resident Evil 2 remake. Originally came out in the end of the PS4, but it did get the PS5 remake. I've actually platinumed both because they're goddamn fun. They're great games. I really love the Resident Evil games. I've played 1 through 5, still working through the series. I've gotten the platinums through 1 through 4. You'll see 2 through 4 all on this list upcoming, so you know I'm a pretty damn good Resident Evil fan. Man, with Resident Evil, these games are so good. It is scary, but it's that true. You can beat it in 8 hours. You can beat it in an hour and a half. You just learn the map. You get good. You learn shortcuts and stuff like that. And this game is one of the funnest games to speedrun. It's so good. I love Resident Evil. Number 21, Resident Evil 2 remake. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now in the top 20, and what a better game to crack off the top 20 than Control. Fantastic. Goddamn fantastic X-File vibe game. You're going through the Department of Control. There's weird shit in the world. You're very big telekinesis mechanics. I think the gameplay and the combat is just a breath of fresh air. It doesn't really play like anything else, which is very unique and tough to do in this generation, especially in the third person. Yeah, the tectonic, the weird story kind of gets better as the more you get to play. It's going to be weird, kind of over the top at first, but you're going to settle in and really start to enjoy yourself the deeper and deeper you go. And I really like it. And I feel like as the farther time goes, I adore this game more and more, and really want to replay it and get that all the DLC trophies as I go through a lot of other Remedy games like Alan Wake 2, which I haven't played yet, and Alan Wake Platinum, which I haven't gotten yet. But number 20, Control. At number 19, I have Vampire Survivors. Vampire Survivors is an instant classic. All you have to do is move up, down, left, and right, but there's so many upgrades and classes and ways to play this game. It is fun. It really gets you in that drool state, that true euphoric state where you're just boom, 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 boom. Man, it's hard to explain. You gotta play Vampire Survivors. It's a ton of fun. 30 minutes runs. Just play for 30 minutes. Boom, you're out of there. You're having a good time. You're having a blast. Love this game. Number 19, Vampire Survivors. At number 18, I have Jusant, a fantastic climbing game, one of the best indies of the generation. I really like the way this game controls and climbs. The platinum is great, art style fantastic. The non-dialogue storytelling is also very good. It doesn't get better than this. The R2L2, very unique and innovative in its game mechanic design. Again, one of those breath of fresh air games. If you think you've been playing the same thing over and over again, try Jusant. It's fantastic. Number 18, Jusant. At number 17, I have Resident Evil 3 Remake. Hot take on this game. Too short? Shut your old bitch ass up. No game's too short, motherfucker. Get a backlog, bitch. Just kidding, guys. I went a little crazy there. But Resident Evil 3 is great. I like it better than Resident Evil 2. I like it better than Resident Evil 1. But I like it better than Resident Evil 4. Find out soon, motherfucker, fatherfucker. Sorry, guys. The weed is hitting. This is a Kush completionist after all. But this game is fun. I like that it's a little more action-packed than the other ones. The character Jill is fantastic. She's one of those badass female action heroes of all time. And for that reason, number 17, Resident Evil 3 Remake. At number 16, I got Resident Evil 4 Remake. That's right, back-to-back Resident Evil games. I think this one is my favorite Resident Evil game. The action, the quirks, the variety of the levels and the things to do in this game when you're fighting the boss fights. I think everything just is so good. The story's good. The mind rides. And Leon's such a good, strong character who's funny. His one-liners are endless and charming and corny, but you gotta love it. This is Resident Evil encapsula, baby. Number 16, Resident Evil 4 Remake. At number 15, and man, we're getting into some bangers. These are the greats, the all-timers. I got Wonder Stop at 15. This game came out recently. It's contention for one of my games of the year. Easily probably going to be a top 5 game of the year. It is a fantastic game with a fantastic theme and story. You are making tea. I actually like the tea making in this game. I think it's fun. You have this big little teapot where you're throwing fruit in it. So you have to do some gardening. And I think the story is good, and there's characters, and again, it's kind of like it talks about like burnout and like maybe the down effects of being too goal oriented, and it really teaches you it's okay to take your time and just do some things and enjoy yourself. You don't always have to have this ultimate end goal to feel satisfied. And it deals with certain types of how mental illnesses can be brought upon us, and it just attacked it so well. I love it. I love it so much. The game's fantastic. Number 15, Wander Stop. Play it. At number 14, I got the EA college football games. Gonna combine these into one package because we do have 25 and 26 out as of the recording of this video. I love these games. They're a lot of fun. I'm a huge college football fan, so of course it's gonna be a little biased of how high this is ranked, but it's good to know that this generation, I feel like there has been kind of a renaissance of sports games with topspin coming back, and even certain types of things with wild card football, trying to do some NFL Street type things. You have games like Wheel Worlds and stuff like that. But yeah, This is a really fun game. I think it does the the nature and the culture of college football really well. The crowds, the bands, the traditions. It all treats that really well. So it was just fantastic to have it look this good on Next Generation. I think it differentials itself from Madden. Feels different. So fun to play. The recruiting's good. Yeah, I love these games so much. Number 14. EA College Football 25 and 26 lumped together. At number 13, I have What Remains of Edith Finch, one of the best narrative games I have ever played. It doesn't matter what generation it is. This game is fantastic about a member of the Finch family going into this house. All they think they have this curse about dying in whimsical ways, and they do, and you kind of replay these characters. And it just, I don't know, kind of, and then it deals with themes of like living in fear and stuff like that. It's just great. It goes very deep, and there's a bunch of, every character has like a different gameplay type thing. One time you're playing as a squid, one time you're playing as an owl, one time you're kind of playing like a comic book horror game, and then one you're playing underground, you're swimming. A good variety of like little mini games, kind of like that, those childhood narrative Shield Silverstein type game, but with a little darker adult twist to it. Fantastic first person narrative game. Came out on the PS5. Had a PS5 version. Came out before this generation though, but first time playing was on the PS5 and has a native PS5 version. Number 13, What Remains of Edith fucking Finch. At number 12, I got Humanity, the best puzzle game I have ever played. Man, these games were getting really good. Now that we're getting towards the top of this list, wow, these games are fantastic. So it's kind of like you have a crowd of people here, and you have different arrows and directions you can point them. You want to get the crowd of people from point A to point B, and it does that in a variety of ways. The difference of the ways you can solve the puzzles are fantastic. It works really well. It's very well designed. It's a blast. I'm not a big puzzle person, but this one, you can just like, you can always try new things. You can always take away directions and figure stuff out, how to get them in there. It's very creative and intuitive in its design. Again, one of the more intuitive puzzle games that I've ever played. There is a VR version as well. This is a standout of the generation. Came out on PS Plus and been on PS Plus from day one. This is a must play, I believe, for anybody, puzzle fan or not, if you're even thinking about puzzles. And it just have a banger soundtrack, and the gameplay just keeps getting better and better the more you play it. The story is existential. It's got theming. It's got drama. It's fantastic. Number 12, Humanity. At number 11, I got The Alters. I just beat this a few days ago, and damn, this game blew my mind. This game is like Death Stranding, but the narrative makes sense, and it's creative, and it's fantastic as fuck. So what you do is you survive a crash landing on a hostile planet, and the only way to survive is you have to clone yourself. And how you clone yourself is you have this quantum computer, and you change major decisions in your life. So say you got into a fight with your dad, and you left a house early, but what would have happened if you would have stayed? What would have happened if you would have went away for college instead of staying close? What would have happened if you joined the army or not joined the army? So each of these different decisions help you in the base. Like, you'll become a scientist, a guard, a technician, a botanist, a shrink, a doctor, a bunch of different things. So there is very cool base management aspects, but again, it kind of has an exploration, similar vibe to Death Stranding when you're walking around this world. That's where I did. And there's mining. You're placing mining outputs, and your clones will help you. So you have to do like a little sim management as well. Oh, and the story is fantastic because you have to clone these people, and then you're like, they think they're real, but they're not. And then you get into that existentialist discussion of what's a human and what's not when you're cloning things like that. What's real, what's not real, what are memories, how real are those type of memories if they didn't actually happen in the flesh or something. it can blow your mind, and the gameplay just is fantastic. There's different decisions you can get. It's definitely a multiple ending game. My ending probably wasn't the most satisfying one, but it's going to encourage more replays. But man, this game is fantastic. Blew my mind. Number 11, The Altars. All right, we're in the top 10 now, and what better way to crack the top 10 than with Marvel's 2018 Spider-Man remastered for next generation systems. I love me some Spider-Man. I specifically waited until next gen to play this game early on launch. I had to get me the Spider-Man game, the Spider-Man bundle with Miles Morales. Played this one first because, again, it was my first time playing it through. Fantastic PS5 version. Love Spider-Man so much. I do think it is the best Spider-Man game. The original is the best Spider-Man game of all time. Fantastic. The boss fights are great. The enemies, the Dr. Octopus story is fantastic. Off the top, man, the ingenuity with this game came out the bat like a hell. It's a system seller. It embodies PlayStation. It solidifies Insomniac as one of the best game developers in the world. Number 10, Spider-Man Remastered 2018. At number 9, I have Inscription. Holy craps, Inscription's a banger. It's gonna be tough to kind of describe. It's gonna keep it short, because you gotta go in blind with Inscription. Yes, there's card building elements, but man, it is fun. The deck building is fantastic. The way you try to beat your enemies is great. And there's like kind of like 3 stages. And also the story, it brings the vibes, it brings the drama, it brings the fourth wall breaks. What is this video game? It blows your mind, it melts your mind. I don't want to say too much more. There's also light puzzle elements in between. But yeah, that's kind of like 3 games in one. It's got a little bit of Earth, those Undertale, Earthbound vibes as well, mixed in with the deck building stuff. It doesn't miss a beat. It doesn't make a mistake. It's flawless. It's greatness. Number 9, Inscription. At number 8, we have Tony Hawk 1 and 2 Remake. Yeah, maybe not a brand new game, spanking, but I can consider it brand new. So never mind that last statement. I take that back. This boy is fantastic. The PS5, it feels great. The haptic feedback. Oh my god, the Creative Skater, so many options. It's got all the skaters you want. The soundtrack is fire. I haven't played 3 and 4, but damn sure I'm gonna be doing it soon, hella soon. And I want to get this plat. This will be plat 150. I'm saying it now. If I can't plat this game, I quit plats forever. That's how good it is. Number 8, Tony Hawk 1 and 2 Remake. At number 7, we got Astro's Playroom, the platforming GOAT, the best pack-in game ever made. It's got charm, it's got history, it's got culture, and it's all about PlayStation. The best game ever for the Sony ponies like me. It's just fun. Astro is that mascot. He's one of the best mascots of PlayStation history. He's the face. I would say Astro is the face of a generation. You got problems with a generation, you take it up with my man Astro. He's fantastic. He's flawless. He's fun. He's got character, charm. He's good for hardcore gamers. He's good for first-time gamers. It's everything. Move over, Mario. Astro's the platforming king now. Number 7, Astro's Playroom, with more Astro to come. At number 6, we have Hell Divers 2, the best multiplayer game of the generation, one of the best multiplayer games of all time. It brings the culture. It says, hey, teamwork is here, turn your mic on, let's be friends, let's do missions, let's have fun. It's so fun. It's so great. I met a lot of people doing this. Everybody I met was top tier people. It's not no toxicity. It's teamwork, it's fun, but yet it's intense and difficult. And it's funny when you mess up and die, not, oh gosh, you're not good at this game, blah, 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 woo hoo hoo, baby, baby, titties, titties. All right, Helldivers 2 is fantastic. The gunplay is great. Killing the robots, killing the things, the stratagems. It's like a apocalypse now. You're throwing down napalm strikes. You're throwing down bombs. Boom, 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 boom. The explosions are fucking great. It feels like a blockbuster movie, and you're right in the middle of it, baby. The lighting, the graphics, the gameplay. Holy crap, Starship Troopers, the Terminator, and it's that perfect third-person shooter gameplay mixed in with great teamwork tactic gameplay as well. And the community took it for freedom. Number 6, Helldivers 2. At number 5, I got Planet Coaster. Oh my god, this is the Coaster Tycoon game we've always wanted, and the console part is fantastic. This is a game that I really sunk my teeth into. I think I enjoyed this one better. I just did everything myself. I had to build, I had to learn, I had to fail and retry and really understand and get good. It was kind of like really learning, oh, we got to do this, we have to use banks, we have to use angles. And I feel like I really started to understand the true art of making coasters, and also the sim management part of it was so good, a lot of fun. I really fell in love with this game, put in a good 80, 100 hours into it. Again, the sequel is good, it's not as good as the original. I love this game. I love the Roller Coaster Tycoon games, big part of my childhood. I'll always love these games, I'll always rank these games high. I need to play Roller Coaster Tycoon Deluxe. Roller Coaster 3 got remastered, ported to the OG to the PS5. Gotta play that too. Gotta play Park Beyond as well. Lots more to come, lots of games to play, around 1 billion. But for now, Planet Coaster sits as the number 5 game of the generation. And number 4, I have Astrobots. It's Astro's Playroom, but better, bigger, fancier. It's got the hard levels, it's got the easy levels, it's got the DLC, it's got around 100, 200 VIPs of PlayStation history. It's a full-blown level with worlds upon worlds. Keep giving me more levels and levels. Nicholas Doucet and Team Asobi, they might be the best developer out there. It's smooth, it's buttery. Everything about Astro Playroom it goes for Astrobot a ton. I love this game. I'll always do the levels. Again, Astrobot is that mascot. He is the face of the generation. Astro forever. Number 4, Astrobot. At number 3, Expedition 33 came out this year. This is a masterpiece. A game like this only comes every 10, 20 years. Oh my god, it's good. The turn-based action, the drama, the soundtrack, the writing, the ending, the divisiveness of it, the interpretation of this narrative. It hits you every which way. The boss fights are fantastic. The animations to go along with it, the parrying, the dodging, the backup characters. You got classes upon classes. The upgrade trees are fantastic. Every level feels different. The worlds, the charms, the campsites, learning about your fellow travelers, the setup, the intros, the ups, the downs, the twists, the turns. It never stops. It's a masterpiece that doesn't miss a beat. Number 3, Expedition 33. And number 2, Sea of Stars. My first ever JRPG, and now it's sparked my love for the franchise. I wanted all. The art style, again, the turn that I put this ahead of Expedition 33 because I think this game, they're very similar actually, except Expedition 33 is more AAA and third person. From a more cinematic perspective, this is top-down, kind of pixel arty. I think this game I put this game higher because it came out before, and it really inspired a lot, including myself, to really take this genre and this JRPGs type stuff seriously. Ever since I've been going back, playing a lot of the Final Fantasies, very interested in Super Mario RPG and all the stuff like that. Man, this game, again, it's fantastic. The twists, the turns as well. In the beginning and the end, the true ending, the emotions. I cry during this game. I sob, I weep, I smile, I laugh. Every emotion they get from you. And it's also got fantastic gameplay, the sounds, the worlds, the music, the tone, perfection. Sea of Stars is the second best game of the generation. What could be number one? My number one game of the generation is Sifu. Maybe a surprise. Definitely not what many other people would say is number one game of the generation, but I think this game is amazing. It's the best it might be the best combat system I've ever felt in a video game. The punching, the leaning, the swing. Man, it's fantastic. It definitely is a little bit of Arkham, but it's also got like your fight night and stuff like that. It's new, and then also on top of that, added with this aging system. When you die, every time you age, and as you older, you become stronger, but your health gets lower. The animations are so good. It uses the environments. You get weapons. The boss fights are so good. I played this when it first came out when they didn't have any difficulty options. Loved it. Played it so good. This is a game that I like to play all the time. Go back. I need to get 100% on this, not just the platinum. But man, this game is the best. It's like The Raid, the movie, and it's got a good story about like, and it teaches the themes about revenge and stuff better than like a Last of Us 2 does it, in my opinion. Without all the drama and there's not much dialogue in this game, and there's very little cutscenes. But in the few scenes that it does, they matter. They tell a story, and there's optional. There's ways you can do this, multiple endings. If you play a certain way, you get endings. You get true endings. You get peace. You get passion. And that's what Sifu's all about, is passion. One of my best games of all time, probably top 7, 8 game ever made for me. Best game of the generation for me, for sure. It's pretty easy to decide that. And thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want more. We'll try to make more videos. Might not be like this, might be like this. I don't know. All right, guys, take it easy. Keep smoking kush. Keep hitting those trophies. Let me know how many plats you got. Let's plat race some games. Let's play some games together. Gears of War. I'm looking for a crew. All right. See you guys later.